Thrusting prongs is a defense against a bear hug from the front with your arms pinned. The word prongs is going to suggest your thumbs. You're going to utilize what's called a supported thumb strike. It looks to me more like a single knuckle, sort of index knuckle strike into the groin, but however you want to call it, these are your prongs, and so you're going to thrust them into the opponent's groin to convince him to let go of you, hence the name thrusting prongs. Let's take a look. So what happened there? The opponent's rushing in, and if I've got my wits about me, if I see what's going on as he's rushing in, I should be stopping him. I should be hitting him in the face, gouging his eyes. If he's come a little lower, I should be pushing against his shoulders to try to prevent that grab and potential takedown. In this case, though, I'm really not paying attention, and he gets me in a bear hug with my arms pinned. Yeah, and you see how he's bending me over? If he started walking behind my feet, go ahead and do that for me, just kind of walk behind me. Yeah, and tripping me up, I would probably fall backwards, and then he would assume the mount position. So, in this case, what we're going to utilize is a forward bow. We're going to use a bracing angle to prevent that potential takedown. And at the same time, I'm going to thrust towards the opponent's groin. Let me show that to you in more detail. So my hands are in a position kind of like this. I've got my thumbs on top. And I really like to think of it more as a knuckle strike like that, as opposed to a thumb strike. That to me seems kind of dangerous, but I think I could handle that and not hurt myself. So I've got two of those prongs like that, boom, into the opponent's groin. And make sure when you execute them that they're together. Sometimes people like to shoot them out this way, but if you think about the target you're hitting, it makes more sense to have them together. So he's rushing in, he's got a hold of me, I step back and thrust the prongs towards the opponent's groin. Even if I don't hurt him, he's going to pull his hips away, which really sort of cancels whatever it is he's trying to do. From there, my left hand reached over and did a hook on the back of his shoulder. Yeah, shoulder or tricep area for some leverage. And now I'm going to drive a knee into the opponent's groin, or solar plexus, and that really will get his attention. From there, I'm going to sort of scrape down the inside of his leg and stomp on his foot. At the same time, I'm going to elbow to the temple or the face. If he's real close, the way he was here, it might just be more of a push to get him off of you. If there's already some distance, then you'll have a good impact. From here, my right hand is going to hook around the right side of his head as I step back, shifting up the circle. So I'm going to be facing 130 in a left neutral bow. And I want to pull him over and compel him to put this hand on the ground as I step back. And if I can get him to put a hand on the ground, now his face is exposed and ready for my knee. Planting into a neutral bow. From here, I'm going to release my left-handed pin as I shift up the circle and execute a rear scoop kick into the face and begin my cover out. I'm going to rear crossover and execute a back kick before fully completing my cover out. Let's try it from another view so they can see my left hand. So the opponent rushes in, he gets a hold of me, and before I start to fall backwards, I'm going to step backwards and strike into the groin. I'm in a really strong left forward bow. I'm going to hook here for leverage. I'm going to drive a knee to the groin. I'm going to scrape and stomp his leg as I hit him in the side of the head. Chris showed me something interesting once when I first taught him this technique, which was to grab the flesh of the opponent. I'll let you do it to me. So I'm going to attempt to tackle Chris here, and when I get his arms, he's going to step back however he needs to, and he's going to grab my flesh. Yeah, and all he has to do is start twisting it and turning it. Go ahead and turn a little bit. Yeah, backwards, sideways, whatever he needs, and I'm going to start to let go and get away from him. So if the groin isn't accessible, if he catches you a little higher, you can just grab, squeeze, and tear on his skin a little bit. So there you have it for thrusting prong.